What up, guys? Back again with the Jraegun. So you've probably been playing Far Cry 5 just like I have, and you probably got on there, loaded up the game, and thought, what the is wrong with all these crazy culties out here? You know, after about 100 Peggy heads you've collected, you may or may not have enough loot to finally buy your first gun. So what I'll do is I'll help you get started. Alright, so tip number 5. I'm going to advise you to pick up every single shred of loot that you find on your way to saving yourself and saving everybody else in this crazy place. So what we're going to do is go ahead and loot any bodies. We're going to loot any roadkill. We're going to be looting every single prepper stash you come across. And we're going to go ahead and pick up every single gun, any ammo that you find. Anything that you can absolutely possibly think you can use or sell. Any herbs for making any of the buffs, anything like that. The reason that this is so important is because from the very moment that you're going to start, you're going to wind up with nothing. So you'll need to collect in order to get your funds, and in order to get as many supplies as you're going to need to really put it to the peggies. Tip number 4, perks. As well as starting from the bottom and trying to get here, what you're going to do is go ahead and pick some of the perks that, in my opinion, are going to start with inventory space. Any fast reloads for the weapons that you'll be using, whether that be a LMG, whether that be a sniper, if you're a bow, if you're trying to use a melee weapon, you're going to want to get those perks associated with that, because that will dictate your main play style, and the more people you kill, the less time you die. So you're going to want to go ahead and take care of any of those perks first. Next, I would definitely suggest getting whatever partner you prefer to use, picking up those perks. That way, whenever they die because Cheeseburger runs in, mauls a freaking bear, and gets ran over by a tanker, you're going to be able to get him back in the blink of an eye. Another good perk that I really enjoy using every time I get on is the wingsuit perk, as well as the airdrop perk. Both of those are going to allow you, and if you're co-oping, playing with, you know, a friend, a partner, they'll both allow you to set up in prime positions, whether that be, you know, on top of an antenna, or positioning yourself to get in prime position for the flank. Tip number 3. Fangs for hire and guns for hire. As I mentioned previously, I'm a huge fan of Cheeseburger. This bear run all over the place, mauling people as a bullet sponge. He's everything that I personally need whenever I'm running around with like an LMG, and really trying to draw attention away from me, which is nice. But if you're stealthy, you might want to pick up Peaches and Jess, because they're 2 huntresses. I can definitely assure you that. If you're looking for, you know, some cover fire, you're definitely going to go with Nick Rye or one of the Drubmans, because they're going to bring a ton of cover fire while they're strafing runs in their airplanes. So there's a ton of different play styles, and really you have to pick which one you prefer to go with, and that's what's so great about the game. Tip number 2, hunting, fishing, and selling. So there's a ton of ways to get a ton of money in this game, and the best ones I've found are going out, finding a spot, taking Boomer with you, boom, he's gonna spot everything, and just grabbing a crossbow or a slingshot and hunting every single animal that you see until your bags fill up, and then you'll go sell that and do it again. I was able to get, you know, 10, 20,000 gold. Probably, I was able to hit the 10K mark in, I'd say, about 25 minutes, just killing a couple animals, selling the stuff, and that's what you're going to need to get, you know, the best weapons and the best cars and whatnot. I chose to go with a compound crossbow with a sight attached on it, a marksman sight, in order to really get those long distance shots. And you want to aim for like the head of the neck on all the animals. Obviously, it's a one-shot takedown. And if you are interested in fishing as well, you can buy a ton of different fishing poles from some of the fishing vendors. You can get in boats, fish off the boats. That's a great way to get money as well. Not as action-packed as going out and hunting with, you know, some of your comrades, but definitely fun, kind of kick back, fish, and collect some cash for the road. And tip number 1 is going to be weapon choice. And I cannot stress this enough. You start the game, you're going to start off with, you know, a pea shooter. You're going to start off with like a 9mm or whatever. By the end of it, you're going to have flamethrowers, rocket launchers, compound bows, large machine guns. You're going to have freaking paddles, brass knuckles. You're going to have bears, dogs, wolverines, you're gonna have a ton of shit. You're gonna want to pick the right weapons and that suit your play style. I can't stress that enough, because if you're gonna go up against a battalion of land and sea vehicles, what the f are you gonna use a crossbow for? You're not. You're gonna use a large machine gun and a rocket launcher. So just make sure you know kind of what environment you're in, what area you're at on the map, and what enemies you may or may not be going against. That way you can have the best weapon. Awesome, and if you can hit that like button down below, comment, share, subscribe, and until next time guys, peace out.